Hey guys, and welcome to WoW Weekly with Myst. And for this week, we have quite a bit of stuff to go over. There's been quite a bit of stuff going on this week. So let's get started. For starters, we'll go over my goals, what I accomplished, what I maybe didn't. This video here, actually, we'll start with that. I chose this video for the WoW Weekly video this week because something I have been trying to do ever since Darkshore came out for the Warfronts. I finally got the first part of it done in this video, so luckily I was recording it, I guess, because, there's been multiple times I go into the Warfronts and don't record it. So we just so happen to be recording the one that counts, in my mind anyway. And you will see along the way, it takes a bit into the Warfront before you notice it, but you'll know exactly what it is because you see me open up my achievements. And ironically, like 5 minutes later, we loot the item and you get the first part knocked out. So that was very cool, and we'll keep that a little bit of a surprise until you see it. But those that maybe are already going after it probably already know what's going to be looted. On to goals. The goal for this past week was the rogue to get to 120. We did not accomplish that, but I think we can probably get it done this week. We did level the rogue though. The week started out at 114. The rogue is now 116. So we did get a couple of levels in there. Mount runs were a flop. Nothing happened there. So yeah. Our goals for this coming up week, this new reset week, will be the rogue again. That's going to be our only goal. We did accomplish one other goal this past week, actually, but it wasn't actually a goal because I stopped making the item level a goal, but I boosted my item level up 2 points, so we are now 405. So that's cool. And so like I was saying, this for Tuesday's reset week, our only goal is the rogue. Try to get the rogue to 120, and that's literally all we want to accomplish for this week. The new events, it's kind of a slow week for events. So this week we'll have pet battles, and then on May 27th, there will be the Glow Cap Festival. So yeah, very slow week. Okay, so for the affixes for this week will be bursting, skittish, and tyrannical. Once again, for people that don't do mythics too terribly often, I like to just kind of remind you guys what they are. So tyrannical is when the boss enemies have 40% more health and do 15% damage. Skittish is when the enemies don't pay attention to threat, so it can be a little tough for the tanks. The tanks can't generate their threat as well. So definitely expect some DPS to be taking some aggro. Bursting is when the ad dies, it will explode. So yeah, those are the affixes for this week. And that's basically it for our introductory of this video. Okay, so I think we're going to start with my favorite thing that happened this week, and you're going to think that it was probably classic WoW, but you would be very, very wrong. One of my favorite guys from WoW that I have adored for years is making a return, and we saw that return in this video that I am going to show you right now. So, so here it is.
So, this is home now.
Home. Family.
And where are they?
Not far.
This world. Oh, it looks good. But it's wrong. Broken. Falling apart. Just like the Horde. Do you know what she's done while you've been hiding?
I left that life behind. I'm no one's savior. I will not lead the Horde.
I didn't ask. But I hoped you would at least fight for it.
You were followed!
I followed them. You and I, we don't get to hide.
Okay, so that cinematic was one of the best cinematics I have seen in WoW in a long time. And don't get me wrong with that comment, WoW does great cinematics. I cannot say I've seen a bad one. They're all really great, but this one just blows them all out of the water lately. And it actually gives me some hype for BFA, which we all really need right now. Yeah, it was like the cinematic was already good to begin with, but where I really got goosebumps is when the rogues show up and Sour Fang says he followed them rather than the rogues following Sour Fang. Like, yeah, that line right there gave me like the biggest goosebumps ever. I main Alliance, but my two favorite Horde people are Thrall and Sylvanas. So it should prove to be interesting. Yeah. And just to kind of sidetrack, but not so much sidetrack because it still involves the cinematic, but those rogues, that part was really weird for me because, as we all know, Sylvanas is, Hitler, pretty much. I love the girl, but she's doing a Hitler fucking thing right now. And, like, if she wanted to try to kill Thrall, she wouldn't have sent some puny little rogues. Just saying. It seemed suspicious. And, yeah. And then also, although we know Sylvanas is, full of evil right now, I feel like we're not getting the whole story. When Sourfang says, you got no idea what she's doing, or I think that was the line. Yeah. I feel like, because we as the audience know what she's been doing, or at least we think we do. So why would he say something like that, right? Because, like, a lot of the time, like, through these cinematics, they're talking to us. Like, they have to. For this game to work, they have to reach out to us. And yeah, I feel like there's something there that we just don't know of yet. But I am very excited, to say the least. I cannot wait to see Thrall return. This will definitely prove to be interesting because while some of you guys may wonder, well, what's he gonna do? He hasn't really ruled anything in a while. He most certainly didn't want to be leader. As you saw in that clip, he was more or less forced. He had no interest until he was attacked, basically, right? So, there may be those thoughts in your head. For me, the more important part to remember, in my opinions here, is that I main Alliance. Maybe you've forgotten that Thrall has a relationship with Stormwind, and he's kind of more like that reasonable ruler. I think it'll be really interesting because Thrall is not going to just let the Horde be destroyed, right? Like, he built the Horde. So he's not just going to sit there and watch it get destroyed. Okay, so the next piece of news, just a small little piece of info here, but there has been a update for the bonus rolls. So basically now, if you are max Azerite on your necklace, meaning you're Azerite 50, then your bonus rolls that give you the Azerite will, instead of getting the Azerite now, you'll get 2,000 gold. So that is an addition that they added, which is really good because, it's going to waste, right? Like, if you're max, that reward's good for nothing. So 2,000 gold isn't very much either, but at least you're getting something. Because if the reward's Azerite, like, you're max, you can't use that. And that will take effect tomorrow when reset happens. Okay, so next up is new heritage armor to goblins and worgen. There's no confirmed date for this. I'm figuring it's kind of late into the 8.2 PTR for them to mention it. And it's not PTR news. So I would almost bank on this being something that's maybe, I would say we're probably going to see BlizzCon before we see this armor live on the servers. That's just my guess. So maybe the patch after BlizzCon. Yeah, so now there's these, now there's goblins, warriors, well, we have dwarves, blood elves, gnomes, and taurens that have heritage armor that are not an allied race. My thoughts are weird on this heritage armor. You know, I truly can't get excited about it. I share this news with you guys in case it's something that excites you, but I could care less, to be honest. You know, like, honestly, I think it's kind of silly that non-allied races are getting it, because I thought the heritage armor was kind of like that special thing with the allied races. So, I don't know. It's, I haven't really seen one that has, like, anything really good for heritage armor. For me, it's just an achievement, and like, as far as I know, it's not an achievement for the non-allied races, just the allied ones. But I have no other reason to ever go after it other than my 10 points on my achievement score. So, but that's just me. Okay, so next up is the 15th anniversary for the World of Warcraft pack here. So you can see it has a lot of stuff to it. Most important one being basically this statue of Rag. The box, I think, looks really nice. There's an Onyxian pin on the left there. The map that you see, that's a mouse pad. On the right bottom, there is 3 art prints. And then at the top right, you see 2 mounts, which in a few seconds, you'll see a bigger form in the next picture of those. And that also comes with 30 days of game time. Now, I'm not much on collecting pins and stuff, but the mounts are beautiful. Yeah, I definitely would go after the mounts there, the statue, and ironically, my favorite part of this whole pack is the box. I know it sounds weird, but I really want that fucking box sitting on my shelf. Yeah. As far as I know, it's just an empty box because, you know, there's no game. This isn't a game being sold. Yeah, it's just items. And just as a additional side note, this retails for $99.99, so I might as well just say $100 US. They sold out like within hours when they went live. You can buy it on the Blizzard shop, but they may, like, 99.9% chance that when you go there, it says out of stock. Your best bet to get this would be to not do it online. Walk into Game Shop and pre-order it. You might be charged like a holding fee, like maybe $15, $20, but yeah, that is going to be your best bet to get your hands on this, because the scalpers are selling this for like $500 on eBay. So yeah, unless you want to pay $500 for a $100 product, I would just walk into GameStop. And, you know, another side note, they are selling this pretty early. They're advertising it pretty early. And I had wondered why, and I think I know. As far as the collector's edition, I think it's just to get orders out there. Yeah. In case you're curious, this box will release on October 8th. A lot of people think this is for the release of Classic. I disagree on the box part. So, as far as the collector's edition that you purchase, no. That's for the anniversary, like they always do. However, I have my own thoughts with the rest of it. And just another side thought is that if you can't get your hands on the collector's edition, or you just don't want any of those extras, you can purchase the mounts that are shown here on the store. They will be putting it over in the in-game shop in August. So in August, you'll be able to just purchase them from the in-game shop. Now, for the reason why I feel like it might be kind of half related to Classic is because, while I don't believe the collector's edition has anything to do with Classic, I do believe the rest of it does. And the rest of it would be this mount, and then you will see me show a pet after this picture. They haven't confirmed anything. We know this mount exists, we know the pet exists, but we don't know how we're going to retrieve it, so it's all guessing games. However, the pet is the little Nefarian, and I know exactly where that boss is. So, and that boss just happens to be in a raid that is Classic WoW. So I have come to the conclusion, originally I thought it was Deathwing that we'd be going to. And then when I saw the pet, I came to the conclusion that it's going to require Blackwing Lair. And for those that may remember, the 10th anniversary had something similar. We all went in there in LFR. We went and raided Molten Core. That was kind of how they did it. They made it an LFR thing. You go in, do Molten Core, you get the mount. There was a pet there too. Yeah. And this is very deja vu. Mount, pet, little Nefarian who drops in, or who is in Blackwing Lair. I am like... Yeah, I'm pretty fucking certain that I may be onto something here. Like I said, this is my personal thoughts. So this is not confirmed info, but I took part in the 10th anniversary, and if it just seems like they're kind of going on that same path, and if we're right on that thought, then yeah, I think that's exactly where we're going to be. And it makes sense. You could make Blackwing Lair an LFR like you did Molten Core for that event period. So it makes complete sense. Yeah, it's very likely. Now, where things get a little weird is that you don't have to actually run anything to get the pet. To get the pet, you'll just log in when the anniversary is happening. So yeah, you don't have to actually do anything. But I still think Blackwing Lair is going to be how you get the mount, maybe. It's either going to be Blackwing Lair or Deathwing, but, you know, with Classic WoW around the corner, I feel like they would choose Blackwing Lair. I'd also just like to note that while the mount, of course, looks cool, the pet looks so much better. I think the pet, like, yeah, I'm more hyped for the pet than I am the mount. One more thing that I'd like to add, and this kind of backtracks back to the collector's edition, so I do apologize for that. But if you buy the mount off the store in August, and then you also decide that you are going to get the collector's edition, as long as you're applying that to your account prior to the end of March, because you would have 2 sets of those mounts, one through your purchase on in-game store and one through the collector's edition, they will refund, well, not refund, but they will add $25 US to your Blizzard balance since you already have acquired the mount. Okay, so we did the best, well, my favorite part of this video right at the beginning, so let's do the second favorite part as our ending to the video. So, Classic WoW has a release date now. It is August 27th. The WoW Classic Beta is out. It was for a selected few to start with. However, don't give up. There's gonna be a few more openings for you to be able to get in there. One thing I would like to mention is make sure you go to your Blizzard app and opt in. And even if you're sure you're opted in, do it again, because when I first heard that, I was like, oh, I've been opted in for fucking years, I'm good. I had no idea that they had created a classic opt-in, so make sure to go back to it and click on that classic, because that's new. They added that very, very recently. So if you're opted into World of Warcraft, that doesn't count for Classic WoW. There is a Classic WoW section that you need to opt into. If you're not sure how to do that, you just open up your Battle.net like you normally would to go play WoW. When you're on the WoW part of it, there's an options at the top. Click the options, and then you'll see Manage Account. You click that, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see Go to Beta Profile Settings. Click that, and then you will see all the games. And then, of course, hit Update Preferences. It's not gonna trigger if you don't update your preferences. Okay, so keep checking to see if you get in, because they will be periodically just handing out more access along the way. There is no beta key specifically for this, so to find out, just click that. Just go to your Battle.net app when you're in the World of Warcraft section. At the bottom where it says region/account, you'd more likely be in Battle for Azeroth. You'll see for sure the PTR, but you should also see Beta Classic. So if you see Beta Classic, you're in. So the first batch already started. People started having access on the 15th. There will be 3 sets of stress tests as well. The first stress test, and keep in mind all these stress tests last 24 hours. So the first one will be May 22nd to May 23rd. Second stress test will be June 19th to June 20th. And the third stress test will be July 18th to July 19th. Now, another cool thing that I really never expected Blizzard would do is you apparently can reserve your character name. So if you really want to have, say, your character name that you made on your very first character back in the day when you first created it, you will have that access on August 13th, which when that time's closer, I will remind you guys. I do these videos every week. You will know in August. I'll make mention of it again. But on August 13th, they're going to open up the character creation, and that will allow you to quickly get your name in there. And also, you will be able to put 3 characters on your account for that day. Okay, so for those wondering where you would be starting out in Classic, it will be 1.12, which is the Drums of War patch. Okay, so that basically concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck on getting into WoW Classic Beta, and we will see you in the next video. And for those interested, I will be playing Classic, both beta and when it launches. And yeah, so if you're looking for people to play the game with, yeah, I don't know what servers they're releasing first and all that, so we'll figure that out first, and then we will get ourselves over there when it launches. It's really unfortunate how they've chosen the launch date though, because I imagine a lot of people are probably going back to school soon. And yeah, like me personally, when something is advertised as a summer game, June is usually what comes to mind for me. June is like, when I hear the word summer, June's the first thing in my head. So I think August is a little late for release, but whatever, at least it's there. Anyway, have a great one, and we will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.